Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting. I'm Carl Froch. Haven't done a questions and answers session for a while, so I'm going to go through a few questions with my beautiful wife Rachel. She's going to be asking the questions. I'm going to be giving my honest answer as always. Enjoy.
The first question, what's your honest opinion on Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, and will you be watching?
Forgot to say, don't forget to like and subscribe, share this video because you know you're enjoying the content. My honest opinion, you know what, I've already talked so much about Tyson Fury and Ngannou, and it just sounds like I'm giving the whole thing stick. I was on TalkSport as well last week answering the question. But my opinion on it now is these fights probably aren't very good for proper professional boxing. And when I say proper, I mean real professional boxing. Tyson Fury is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and I feel he's got an obligation to defend that title, if not against his mandatory, whoever his mandatory might be next in line. Probably Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte, if after that one's happened. But there'll be a few top names in the top 10 that he could defend against, and he's decided to fight Ngannou. Now, he's done it for the money, so fair play to him. He's done it for the money. I've already said, if I was in the same position and the money was 5 or 10 times more than what you'd be earning for doing a proper fight, then why not at this stage of your career just take the money and run? He's just cashing out with it. You know what I mean? He's taking the big bumps. But why not do it? But, you know, don't tell us, like I said, Frank Warren told us that it's a game changer and all that nonsense. So I've been over it. I've given my opinion. Fair play to Tyson. He's taking the cash.
He's doing it for his family.
He's doing it for his family, yeah, if you look at it that way. But it's not like he's skint. He's got plenty of dink. And he's at the stage now where professional boxing fans want to see Tyson Fury in against Usyk, or want to see him in against the winner of Whyte, AJ. And it's not going to happen if he's taking these nonsense fights. But hopefully after this, when he's put this one behind him, a proper fight will be made, and we can get on with the serious boxing business. But until then, I'm going to keep my mouth shut about it, to be honest. He's taking the cash. I'd probably have done the same because it's mega money and it's going to be an easy fight. And there's also, I think the reason he's doing it is because he's got this Netflix series, and that would be pretty cool on the Netflix series, a crossover fight, all the filming behind the scenes, all the interest in the fight, you know, with all the celebrities involved. I just think it'll be a big show and a big event. And I can understand Netflix have probably gone, you know what, this would be great for your TV channel. You're going to make even more money. So,
should the loser between AJ versus AJ Whyte look to retire from boxing?
So I don't think either of these fighters, Anthony Joshua or Dillian Whyte, are going to want to continue fighting at a lower level, especially not Anthony Joshua. This is a must-win fight for Anthony Joshua. And I think if he does lose, if I'm honest, I think he should retire. I really do. Because it will mean his heart's not in it. I don't think his heart's in it anyway. But if he goes in there and smashes Dillian Whyte to bits and proves a point and shuts everybody up and says, listen, I'm back in business, he can go on then and fight Deontay Wilder and maybe get a fight with Anthony Joshua or rematch with Usyk. You know, next 2 or 3 fights could look really good for him. If Dillian Whyte loses, Dillian Whyte could still kind of hang around and still have a couple of big fights, but he'll be kind of a heavyweight journeyman stroke gatekeeper. If he wants to do that, fair enough. It's a business he's in, and if he's going to get paid to do it, I think this is a must-win fight for Anthony Joshua, and if he loses, it's curtains on his career.
Next question, Leigh Wood versus Josh Warrington, who wins and why?
Leigh Wood, Josh Warrington, great fight. Who wins? I've got to go with my man Leigh Wood. I think his skill set is more superior to Josh Warrington. I'm not sure Josh Warrington would even argue with that. Josh Warrington's he knows how to box. He's had a great career, but he's tough and he's strong and he's a warrior and he'll keep coming and he'll walk through shots. But he's had a long, hard career now and he's getting on a bit now, as is Leigh Wood. Leigh Wood's only probably looking at maybe having 2, 3 at the most fights before he turns it in. He's getting on for 35 years old, if he's not already 35. But I just think Leigh Wood against Josh Warrington now in their next fight, I think Leigh Wood is the favourite, and I think he'll outbox Warrington, get through some sticky moments when Warrington's putting him under pressure, and I think he'll catch him with a good shot, slow him down, maybe stop him. If he doesn't stop Warrington, I think if it goes to points Leigh would probably nick it on points, but it'd be really, really close. And I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Warrington has one last hurrah and his work rate's high, he's busy, he's coming forward, putting pressure on Leigh Wood. Leigh Wood struggles at the weight now, and when he gets clipped on the chin, it hurts him. So, both of these fighters have got the vulnerabilities and they both kind of just pass the best. It's a great fight. I can't wait for it. I've got Leigh Wood winning by stoppage or close points decision.
Who would have won between Tyson Fury, David Haye, if that fight would have happened?
Oh, you know what? I was gutted when David Haye, I think he ruptured his bicep when he was, I think twice he pulled out of that. I think Tyson Fury was giving him loads of stick for that, for pulling out, but he did. He ruptured his bicep, and I think he did something with his shoulder. He had to have an operation on his shoulder. So I think he pulled out twice, and it were genuine injuries. At the time, don't forget, Tyson Fury boxed a cruiserweight, Steve Cunningham, and he got flattened. He got dropped. He was on his back doing the dying fly. He got up to win, but it was a cruiserweight, caught him on the chin and hurt him. David Haye, around them days, was a dangerous machine. He could punch. He had fast, explosive power. I mean, his body has always been held together by duct tape and sellotape and super glue. He's always injured. If it's not his big toe, it's his shoulder. If it's not his shoulder, it's an Achilles tendon or his bicep. I have to drop the big toe in there. There's no need for that, was there? But anyway, I think an explosive David Haye in his prime at cruiserweight, stepping up to heavyweight, fighting Tyson Fury at the time he fought Cunningham, he would have had a chance of beating Fury. I think it would have been a great fight. But at heavyweight, when Fury was, I've got to say when at the time, I think at the time, David Haye could have beat Fury. I don't think David Haye would come anywhere close to Fury. Once Fury found his feet, once he beat Klitschko, then he came back and he was on the Deontay Wilder trilogy. I don't think the Haymaker would have had a chance. But at the time, Haye-Fury was a great fight, and it was a pick-em winner. And I'm picking David Haye for that one.
Jake Paul, Nate Diaz.
Oh, come on, Jake Paul, Nate Diaz.
Will you be watching, and who do you want to win?
I don't know if I'll be watching. I'll probably watch the replay, and that's nothing. There's no slant on them, but I can't watch that. I'm not really too interested in watching these crossover YouTube fights. I'll watch on the replay. Nate Diaz, Nate Diaz, UFC. He's an ex-mixed martial arts fighter, and he's good, quality fighter. He fought Conor McGregor a few times. Worth a fortune. It's probably worth. He's getting on for 80 million quid. That kid's worth. See him choke that guy out on. It's like a street fight after an event, and someone started on him, and he just give him the chokehold. That's how you do it. You get the. I wouldn't fancy it rolling around on the cobbles of any of them mixed martial art fighters, putting them chokes into you. But no, I think Jake Paul's more of an established boxer. I don't want to say Jake Paul's a pro boxer because he's not. I don't think he ever will be. But he's the closest one of these crossover fighters is getting to becoming a pro boxer. I could say, and I say it like cringing a little bit, Jake Paul is almost, you can almost class him as a professional fighter. I've got to give him, but he's not a pro fighter. So don't start saying, oh, you said he's a pro fighter. But I've got to give him credit for fighting Tommy Fury. And he went the distance with Tommy Fury. All right, he lost, and Tommy Fury's a novice, but Tommy Fury's a capable novice professional. He went the distance with him. He jumped in there, he tried to do it, and he got beat. So I'm giving him credit for that. I'm giving him a lot of respect. He looks in good shape as well. He's in the gym constantly. He trains and lives like a professional fighter from what I'm seeing. So I would expect Jake Paul to beat Nate Diaz in the boxing ring. On the street or in the cage or octagon, Jake Paul hasn't got a chance. Nate Diaz would absolutely slaughter him. But I still think Diaz has got a few bit of boxing ability. I still think he can move around. He can throw punches. So it's an interesting one. But I'm going to make Jake Paul the favourite because I just think a decent boxer beats a top MMA fighter in a boxing ring.
So tell us about the up-and-coming fight between Smith and Chris Eubank Jr.
Liam Beefy Smith, Chris Eubank Jr. That was a great fight the first time they boxed. I enjoyed that. Not because I enjoyed watching Chris Eubank Jr. get flattened. I just thought he came out, he always puts a show on. He tries to, he comes, the build-up's great, and he gets in the ring and he means business. But Liam Smith just walked through him, absolutely obliterated him. I think Chris Eubank Jr. was absolutely dead at the weight. He was gone at the weight, no punch resistance. His legs looked weak when he was moving around the ring. He had no balance, no stability, and he looked really, really vulnerable. And I think Liam Smith couldn't believe how easy it was because he landed a jab, he landed a right hand, he landed that left hook, stroke, elbow. I know the elbow's ridiculous. Elbows and heads come together in professional boxing. For Chris Eubank Jr. to moan about that. But anyway, the rematch is on, and it's time for Chris Eubank Jr. to try and set the record straight. I'm not going to give my prediction. I'm going to give that closer to the fight. But based on what I saw the first time, I think this could be a demolition job by Liam Smith. Again, rematches really go differently the next time. A lot of the time, more often than not, the rematch happens again, and the guy who won the first one wins the second one. I think if Chris Eubank Jr. really was dead at the weight and really drained down, then he's got a chance to get in there and give Liam Smith a tougher, harder fight. But I just think, from what I've seen, he looked gone. He really did. And I don't know if you can come back from that kind of a defeat with any kind of confidence. So I'm making Liam Smith. I'm not going to give a prediction. I think I'll give it anyway. But I've got to make Liam Smith the favourite. But I'll see how they go closer. I'll see what they look like at the press conference. And they're fighting on the 2nd. They're definitely fighting early September. I should be at that one as well, hopefully. But yeah, that's another great fight that I'm glad being made. So that's it for another week of Froch on Fighting with me, Carl Froch. I'll tell you what, I'm really enjoying watching the growth of this channel. The channel is getting bigger and bigger. The subscribers are getting more. If you've not subscribed, please do, and thank you. It means a lot. And just to be able to stand in front of the camera and give my opinion on boxing, for people to sit and listen and subscribe and like, and all the comments. I don't want to say 100% positive, but they almost are 100% positive comments. People that leave the comments on YouTube, I read every single one of them, and I go through them, and I haven't got time to reply to all of them, obviously. If some of them stand out, I might do a little laugh emoji, and I'll give a little response or a thumbs up and like them. Some of them I will respond, but I appreciate you going on there, looking down the, well, not, I look down the comments, but leaving your comments. I appreciate it, and it's nice for me to see this channel grow. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to put one out every week, like I promised, and I'm also looking at getting some great guests on. I'm working on something on the side to try and get some more interesting guests on this show. It's busy at the minute because I've got my kids off school through the whole of August, so don't expect anything too soon. But September onwards, we're hopefully going to be cranking it up a level with Froch on Fighting. So stick with us, keep subscribing, and until next week.